Good afternoon, everyone. It's May the 28th, 2024. Today I'm going to talk about something that I've been working on for the last week, and it's kept me very busy. I was asked just over a week ago if I would delegate and speak for 5 minutes to the Ottawa Police Services Board. And so I've been working on this script, and I presented it last night, and I wish to present it to my viewers right now. So I'm going to read this to you, and hopefully I'll have a little time to talk after. I don't want a long video, but I want you to hear and understand what's going on. And I wasn't the only one. We had numerous people speaking for 5 minutes as well online. So I'm going to present this to you, and it starts off, "Thank you, Mayor Sutcliffe, Chair, and Chief Stubbs, and members of the Ottawa Police Services Board. My name is Christine. I'm a 71-year-old senior. I was born and raised in Ottawa. I have presently lived in Lower Town since 2010. I'm in the support of the core program that is going to be voted on. I want to discuss 3 points. Safety. I live in social housing, which is all that I can afford. This is ground zero for the drug and homeless crisis, which I wish to speak about. I love living in Lower Town, as I am close to all the necessary day-to-day requirements that I need to live. Years ago, I first worked as a security guard, and the past experience has been very helpful in the situation that I find myself in today with the homeless. I'm a mother of 5 children and now a grandmother of 5 grandchildren. Upon visiting me one day, my daughter and her husband saw firsthand the crazy neighborhood I live in. My daughter and her husband are now fearful of bringing my grandchildren to come down here to see me. I used to take them to the beautiful parks and playgrounds we have down here in Lower Town. This is a pleasure in life I miss. I now have to go to them to visit. As a senior, I fear for my safety at times. I have seen firsthand the violent episodes of the drugs and homeless when they explode on drugs or just desperate for a hit. I wish to give an example of the violence we face here. As a senior, I have a German Shepherd service dog for my mobility issues, PTSD, and diabetic. I have had homeless people come up and yell in her face and slap her while waiting for the light to change. Also, my service dog has an older brother, also a German Shepherd, that lives in Lower Town also. He was also meant to be a service dog. However, the homeless got to him first. The dog had a drug overdose due to loose, discarded street drugs and was also threatened and hurt with knives within the area. A senior friend in a wheelchair told me the other day he was accosted by a homeless man who ripped his cup holder with a special bracket he bought to hold his cup right off his wheelchair and took it. He had no way of stopping him and has now purchased a service dog to protect him and ward off offenders. Last week, there were 5 overdoses within 1 block of my residence. People do not feel safe and are finding ways to protect themselves. There is a show on every street, in every corner in Lower Town with the homeless. People living down here don't have to even watch TV. It is all around us, especially the constant show of the sirens of our emergency workers. I have also nothing but praise for our emergency workers. They have all been stretched to the limit. Time and time again, I see them on the ground with a drug overdose, trying to bring that person back from the brink of death. I would like to give a shout out to our police, paramedics, and firefighters for the selfless work that they do in trying to keep us all safe, which in today's world is a tall order. Lower Town is now seen as a neglected jewel of the city of Ottawa, within blocks of Parliament Hill, even though plans are in the works to greatly improve the area, Bywood Market, and Lower Town. As long as the drug and homeless crisis exists in the shadow of the rest of the city, we will never get back to the standard or even live up to it as one of the most beautiful capital cities in the world. The Ottawa I grew up in welcomed the rest of the world with open arms. It was a people-friendly. It was known around the world as a clean city with lots of wonderful green space and a city we could all be proud of. Lack of police. Let us all do this together and bring back the postcard image of Ottawa. We need the resources to bring the city back to its full potential. We need all hands on deck. There are so many people in Lower Town here who are fearful of coming out of their homes for many reasons and walking in the area. The outrageous behavior of the drug addicts and drug dealers are making it unbearable most times to live here in Lower Town. Although I know our police resources are a thin line of blue with a city our size, They are desperately needed here in Lower Town. I praise the police chief for doing his best to set up the mini police office community hub in the Rideau Center, along with the mayor and the city council, and especially our city councilor, Stephanie Plant, for bringing our resources to the forefront to the city on all the residents' behalf in Lower Town. If I could have a wish list, it would be that the police department get new recruits, including the 4 paw officers and a couple of good drug dogs. We are vulnerable and need the assistance of the police in Lower Town. I have a lot more to say, however, over the years, and seeing the deterioration of Lower Town, I started a YouTube channel on the drugs and homeless in Lower Town. There is an old expression, seeing is believing. My channel, for those unbelievers, can get an abrupt insight in what it's like living at ground zero. Please open your eyes to the truth. Thank you for your time. So this is what I wrote, and I presented it last night to our city council and as I said, the board, the police services board. So this is what I wanted to talk about a little bit today. And when I talk about the dogs, needing drug dogs, one of the things that they could do very quickly, and over the years, since 1996, I've been involved with the drugs and whatnot in the parks and stuff, is a good drug dog. If we have a hot spot, such as what I'm seeing in the children's playgrounds, if we have drug paraphernalia, needles, broken crack pipes, a drug dog could go through the children's playground very quickly, alert to dangerous things that are there that have to be picked up, so that the children can not get into them. For example, even just cleaning the park this past weekend, while raking the leaves, in the leaves I found a broken crack pipe. So these are what the dangers are, and I'm looking at what do we do to protect our children. And I really feel that the drug dogs, against the drug dealers, not necessarily against the homeless people, because they're the ones that are unfortunately always caught in the middle. They're the ones who are addicted. It's the dealers who are giving the problem and keeping them addicted and giving us the misery of having to live with it all. But this is one of the things that I think is extremely important, is what do we do to make sure that our children are protected. Knowing that we've got a drug dog, that summer coming on, if we have it in a park, there's numerous parks around here, we have children's playgrounds all over the area, that I would feel better having a drug dog through the police department, being able to go through several times a day, if need be, to go through that park and make sure that those playgrounds and the park areas are clear, so our children cannot be hurt or injured. So this was why I suggested the dogs in the first place, because we have to do something to make sure that our children are safe. And this is a major concern. And I mean, this is one of the reasons why my grandchildren are not allowed to come down here, due to as you've seen with my building, the drug dealers, the druggies all hanging out, shooting up, and leaving broken crack pipes in the stairwells here. And the children have to come up through that to visit me. So I just wanted to present this today and explain why I suggested this as well. So again, everyone, please be safe, take care, be aware of your surroundings, and we shall talk again soon. And bye-bye.